happen if everyone was the same? If everyone was exactly the same and we had no differences, what do you think would happen? Let's put that in the back of our minds, and we'll put that question in our back pocket and we'll come back to it later today. Welcome to another video. Today is day 6 of our 30-day video series. We try our best to make a video a day, but lots goes into making a video, so sometimes it takes a little longer. As a part of our series, we wanted to incorporate as much hands-on learning as we could. So today will be our first 2-part video, and the second part of this video will be a lab. Woohoo! That's pretty exciting. This is our first lab, so we really hope you tune in to our second part. But in this first video, we're talking about biodiversity. Bio comes from Greek and means life, and the word diversity is the state of being diverse, by showing a great deal of variety or being very different. So when we put those two words together, we get life that has variety, or life that is diverse. Life being diverse means every organism is unique, even if it has siblings or other members of its species that look, act, or are in another way similar. No organism is 100% identical in DNA to another organism, not even twins. This is because even though they come from the same fertilized egg, within the DNA there are little switches that decide which pieces of DNA are turned on and off. This allows for endless differences even between two very similar sets of DNA, like twins. But back to biodiversity. Biodiversity has 3 features: ecosystem diversity, species diversity, and genetic diversity. A diverse ecosystem is kind of like a web because everything is connected. In larger ecosystems, if a piece of the web were to fall off, it wouldn't have as large of an impact on the ecosystem as it would if the ecosystem was smaller and depended more heavily on every species within it. In larger ecosystems, like the Amazon rainforest, biodiversity thrives. This is typically because ecosystems near the middle sections of the Earth, called the equator, are rich in biodiversity. Lots of species thrive in those environments. Certain species are dependent on what other species provide. For example, in the Amazon, large vines support towering trees, which provide the seeds and fruit to herbivores who spread the seeds by excreting waste throughout the forest. But imagine if a large demand for those vines caused humans to take them from their environments. What would happen to the tall trees? Without the support they received from the vines, the trees couldn't grow as tall and would be unable to reach the sunlight and wouldn't be able to produce as much fruit, causing hunger in the herbivores and insects which they fed. Luckily, the Amazon is a very diverse ecosystem and has a better chance at surviving change within their ecosystem than a less diverse, smaller ecosystem. When the weave is stable, like in the Amazon rainforest, a single extinction may not damage the weave, but in smaller ecosystems, a single extinction may unravel the whole web. Species are also diverse genetically, which means that organisms within a species are similar, but may have different traits. These traits can help a species combat change by rewarding the organisms with the advantageous traits, a process called natural selection. Next, we have ecosystem diversity. Ecosystem diversity allows different ecosystems to exist in different parts of the world because of factors like climate and resources. Species that live in the Amazon rainforest would have a difficult time surviving in the mountains of Nepal, right? This is because the species that live in the Amazon are equipped to live in different conditions. Back to our question from earlier, what would happen if everyone was the same? What did you answer? If you can, pause this video and find someone you trust and share your answer with them. If you can't, you can share it with me. Just pause the video and I'll be listening. Okay, unpause. If everyone was the same, what would happen? We can flip that question around and instead ask, why is it important to have different people in our communities? And I found a really good response that I wanted to share with you. And the person's response to this question was, if everyone in the community is a plumber, then what would we do if the electricity went out? This is an example of biodiversity. If everyone had the same job, we wouldn't be able to function. How would we get food, electricity, water? That's it for part 1 of today's video series. We hope you stay tuned for part 2. If you want to see the video when it comes out, make sure to subscribe and click the bell notifications next to the subscribe button so you get alerted when our video comes out. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe, and keep yearning for learning.